Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the human circulatory system. The circulatory system is the organ system of human being which is responsible for the transport of materials like oxygen, carbon dioxide, food, etc. inside our body. The human circulatory system consists of different parts such as the heart, arteries, veins, capillaries and blood. In the circulatory system, the heart acts as a pump to push out blood. The arteries, veins, and capillaries act as pipes through which the blood flows. These tubes which carry blood are called blood vessels. Thus, there are three types of blood vessels in human body: arteries, veins, and capillaries. We'll now describe all the parts of the circulatory system in details. At first, let us discuss about the arteries. The arteries are the blood vessel which has thick wall. It carries the blood from the heart away to all the body parts except the lungs. Aorta is the main artery. It is connected to the left ventricle through valve V3. It carries oxygenated blood from ventricle to different body parts. But there is a pulmonary artery. It is connected to the right ventricle of the heart through valve V4. It carries the oxygenated blood from right ventricle to the lungs. Veins are another type of blood vessels which has thin wall. It carries blood from all the parts of the body back to the heart. It has valves which prevent the backflow of blood in the vein. But the pulmonary vein is connected to the left atrium of the heart and it carries oxygenated blood from lungs back to the heart. But the main veins carry deoxygenated blood. There is also a main vein called the vena cava. This vena cava is connected to the right atrium of the heart, which carries deoxygenated blood from all the parts of the body except lungs. Now the capillaries. The capillaries are thin walled and extremely narrow tubes or blood vessels which connect arteries to veins. Thus the capillaries are in between the arteries and veins. The blood from arteries enter the capillary in the body. Every living cell of our body is close to a capillary. The wall of capillaries are only one cell thick. The exchange of various materials like oxygen, food, carbon dioxide, etc. between the blood and body cell takes place through capillaries. The other end of capillary is then joined to some wider tubes called veins. The deoxygenated blood coming from the capillaries enter into veins. Now let's discuss the most important part of the circulatory system, that is the heart. It is roughly triangular in shape. It is made up of a special muscle called cardiac muscle, and the size of the heart is about the same as our clenched fist. The heart has four chambers. The upper two chambers of the heart are called atria and the lower two chambers of the heart are called ventricles. The two atria receive blood from the two main veins and the two ventricles transport blood to the entire body and the lungs. The left atrium is connected to the left ventricle through a valve V1. Similarly, the right atrium is connected to the right ventricle through another valve V2, as you can see in the diagram. These valves prevent the backflow of blood into atria when the ventricles contract to pump blood out of the heart to the rest of the body. This is because when the ventricles contract, the valve V1 and V2 close automatically so that the blood may not go back into atria. The job of heart is to pump blood around our body. All the atria and ventricles of the heart contract and relax at appropriate times and make the heart behave like a pump. Since ventricles have to pump blood into various organs with very high pressure, they have thicker wall than atria. A sheet of tissue called pericardium protects the muscular heart. The chambers of the heart are separated by a partition called septum, which is clearly visible in the diagram. This is the three-dimensional image of heart which will help you to understand it clearly. It is located in the chest, slightly tilted towards the left. It is protected by the rib cage. It is made up of cardiac muscle, as I told you earlier. It starts to beat right at the mother's womb and work untiredly throughout the lifespan of a person. So it is the most important organ of our body. Now, to understand the mechanism of blood circulation in human body, let us see this simplified diagram. At first, when the muscles of all the four chambers of the heart are relaxed, the pulmonary vein brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs into the left atrium of the heart. See the step 1 in the diagram. And then when the left atrium contracts, the oxygenated blood is pushed into the left ventricle through the valve P1. For this, you can see the step 2 in the figure. Now moving on the next, when the left ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood is forced into the main artery called aorta. This main artery then branches into smaller arteries which go into different body organs except the lungs. The smaller arteries called arterioles further branch into capillaries. Understand it, see step 3 in the figure. After that, the main artery carries blood to all the organs of the body like head, chest, arm, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney, etc. When the oxygenated blood passes through the capillaries of the body organs, then it gives oxygen to the body cells. As the blood loses the oxygen here, we say that the blood has been deoxygenated. The blood also gives the digested food and other dissolved material to the body cell. At the same time, carbon dioxide produced as a waste material during respiration enters into the blood. The deoxygenated blood from the body organs enters into the main vein called the vena cava. The main vein carries the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium of the heart. To understand it, see the step 4. Now look at the step 5. When the right atrium contracts, deoxygenated blood is pushed into the right ventricle through the valve P2. Now see the step 6 in the figure. When the right ventricle contracts, the deoxygenated blood is pumped into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood releases its carbon dioxide and absorbs fresh oxygen from air. So the blood becomes oxygenated again. This oxygenated blood is again sent to the left atrium of the heart by pulmonary vein for circulation in the body. This whole process is repeated continuously. In this way, blood keeps on circulating in our body without stopping, due to which all the body parts keep on getting oxygen, digested food and other materials all the time. The blood circulation also keeps on removing waste product from in the cell of the body. The blood circulatory system in human being is called double circulation because in human being, the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body. So it is called a double circulation. In the human circulatory system, the pathway of blood from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart is called the pulmonary circulation. And the pathway of blood from the heart to the rest of the body and back to the heart is called the systematic circulation. These two types of circulation taken together make double circulation. Question time. What is the average number of heartbeat of a person per minute? What is systolic and diastolic pressure? Thank you for watching my video. See you next time.